Hello, our group is made up of Diego Espinosa, Peter Santos, and Joan Sandoval. Market analysis and description. Beer in general contains hop, barley, and yeast. For the case of the Club Colombian Red, handles the same processing protocols as the traditional brand, with the novelty that was included in the process three additional types of malts: pale crystal, mid crystal, and full roasted. It was developed at the end of the year 2010 as a limited edition where approximately 14 million new bottles are manufactured. Club Colombia Red comes in the bottle and can presentation 6, 12 and 24 units. Contains 330 cubic centimeters. Although initial it was a limited edition, I came to stay the convent.
Diagram tuber production processing is usually composed of the formation of solutions obtained from cereals and other grains which contain starch mostly. Beers are made with malted barley raw material that its favorite what you hope to beer. Productions process and you can see consists of different processes. Turbulence grams are incorporated in tank number one, white means to metal level necessary to start work macerating process in the process. This is achieved through 30 temperature changing what duration of 10 hours and 13 minutes. For this, it's made use of an exchanger which allows to work to go from a temperature of 100 Celsius to this process. This fermentation procedure is carried out with temperature ranging from 20 Celsius or 22 Celsius, which lasts from 4 to 6 days, or toward this transferred to materials tank in white the word is left to rest of the period of 7 days and operation to perform and 7 temperature as the fermentation process.
Hello, as you know, the process in the brewing industrial weights depend on the several fundamental equipments, which it will briefly explain below. Instantly, the tunnel cleans in used with an go the plate, a shanger which determine the variation in pressure under 25 bars so that the fluid mates and spades are for cooling. This equipment start with the filtering the pressing which work in the two plates to the place while there is a separation of the nutrients and the moods. This equipment contributes so will to the malabsorption of the glucose during the process thanks to this previous. Instead, we arrived initial for the elimination of the particles of the flocculate, one that is now used in this same process so well is determined of the elimination of the jets, and that is equipment work under an atmosphere and atmosphere. No new finally we arrived at the saved and the fermentation that's very easy to equip them, fueling the parameters that determine the color and the flavor of the beer. In the words, the saved separated the bigots suspend solids inside the process and takes advantage of the nutrients contributed by the previous loop. Therefore, we must not forget the fermentation that, that is in charge of the keeping the product at temperature of the 24 degrees Celsius so that the quality of the product is maintained as much as the concentration of the sugar in the order to determine the flour and the grades of the alcohol.
Management. Beer production results in a large percentage of solid and energetic waste that is then recirculated, this considering that they are mostly organic matter. For example, a fresh result of a post-milling and maceration operation of cereals in addition to impurities given in the secondary filtration process after fermentation, such as did yeast, among others, that can be recirculated. The process of enriching soils due to soil enriched because these are rich in nutrients through restatement of organic matter by means of compost that can be used for the coating of malt generation of biogas chambers generate the biodegradation of organic matter under anaerobic condition and as a result of the interaction of microorganisms and environmental factors. Industrial waste from reviews of often reduced mainly with the proper management of solid and liquid waste that is the most critical aspect in the environmental management of the brewing industry.
Conclusions 1. The production of the red beer is obtained at a low fermentation and with different physical, chemical, microbiological characteristics among others, which each reflecting the raw material because its components are specific and proportional. Second, the conditions for the production of beer must be very well controlled because involving a microbiological unit fermentation process that, if not carried out under the right condition, can completely alter the characteristics of beer, smell, taste, texture, among others. Third, the brewing treatment is carried out by process that depend on the quality of the raw material, stipulate on the condition of entry and exit of the matter balance that vary depending on the different types of beer that you want to obtain. Fourth, the development of the project allowed to know how to carry out an industrial process in an orderly manner comprising each stage and unity process and thus allowing to structure and respect technical sheet of the product to be presented.